Rise and shine, everyone. It is Thursday, May the 16th, 7:30 in the morning, and Thursdays we get to visit with Gadsden State. I have enjoyed every Thursday morning getting to know all about Gadsden State, and this morning we're going to learn about the Student Support Services and the Veterans Upward Bound program. So we have Kenesha Jackson, who is the director of that Student Support Program, and then we have Sarah Altman, who is the director of the Veterans Upward Bound program. So, ladies, welcome.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for starting your day off with us. I know it's really early.
We are very excited to be here.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, we have so many things to cover. I've got so many notes because I don't want to miss anything. Kenesha, let's start with you. Let's start with the Student Support Services. So tell us a little bit about that in a nutshell, and then we'll dissect it and get into all the moving parts.
That sounds great. We have 600 students in Student Support Services split over 4 different campuses. We have the Gadsden campus, the Ayers campus where I'm stationed, Cherokee and Valley Street. We work with income eligible, first generation and disabled students. We try to give them the tools that they'll need to be successful and graduate college, and hopefully a portion of them transfer.
That's wonderful. 600 students.
Yes.
Wow.
240 are at the Ayers campus, and the rest are spread out between the other campuses.
Wow.
Yes.
And the Ayers campus is just right here, pretty close to us here.
It is 1 mile away.
Oh, is that all? Just 1 mile away. Okay. I didn't realize it was so
Yes.
close. And so, with the overview of the Student Support Services, how do you go and get students? How do you let students know that this support service is available?
Yes, we go into classrooms at the beginning of the semester to recruit students. We also do different events. We will do orientations at the beginning of the school year, welcoming new students in and get them to fill out an application for them to see if they're eligible for our program.
All right. Now, I also see that there's, of course, one of the things that I love talking about with Gadsden State is how many free programs there are.
Yes.
And, you know, we talk about oftentimes it can hold you back if you're not able to afford it. But at Gadsden State, there's no need to hold back because there are affordable options. So let's talk about that, the benefits of participating in the program and the possible free programs available.
Yes, with our program, if you are eligible, you get free tutoring services, which can be a great benefit to help you succeed in your academic goals. We also offer free lunch. We do lunch and learns, which are just little workshops and provide free lunch maybe once a month or so. We go on cultural trips, so events like they wouldn't be able to do on their own. We take them to do that 100% free to them.
Wow.
We also take them on campus tours, just so if they want to transfer, they can see like what college is a good fit for them. And we also do grant aid scholarships for eligible students, and that just gives them extra money for summer aid.
Right. So what are the cultural tours? Tell me something about those.
Oh, we have done
Those are a lot of
several.
fun.
Oh, they're fun. I think that's my favorite thing to do. Like this year, we've already did Breakout Birmingham, which is a good team building exercise for them. We also have gone to the Civil Rights Institute in Birmingham, the 16th Street Baptist Church. We try to do stuff that's educational as well as fun at the same time. What else have we done over the years?
Did you do a space and rocket?
We did last year, and I've got to put that on my list for the summer. We are going to be going to the Space and Rocket Center with our students, and even though they're college students, they enjoy the Space and Rocket Center. We have done McWayne Center with the talent search. I worked there for 10 years, so
cool.
We did that with middle school, high school, but I'm sure our other students would enjoy that as well. We've taken them to theater shows at the OPAC in Oxford, so it's great, all the things that we get to do with them.
I'm a big fan of theater, so
yes.
I love promoting the arts. I think that's so important. And OPAC is such an incredible facility that we have right here.
It is.
Well, and it's all of these programs are so great because, you know, again, all of these things are free.
Yes.
Both of our programs are kind of funded under the same umbrella, and all of the events and all of the travel and everything, tutoring, everything is free.
Yes.
So
Well, you can't beat free.
Right. Absolutely.
And those experiences that you get to
Right.
gain and not have to worry about the financial worries there.
Yes.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit more about the program, about the Student Support Service. On the website, and I pulled a few of those things off, there's a lot
Yes.
of really cool statistics on there.
Mm-hmm.
There's a why and how and what, all of that there on the website. But let's look at this. So why should a student join the Student Support Services? And some of those are tutoring. So we
Yes.
talked about tutoring. That's really, really important.
Yes.
And advisement,
Yes.
workshops, technology, campus visits, cultural trips, and scholarships. Those are the things that you already have those.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've covered those.
But we do all have a computer lab. I did not mention that. That's free to our students to come and they can have free printing. They can do their work there. They have a quiet place to study. We also do different technology workshops because we have a diverse group of students, and so some of them are not tech savvy, and some of these students can show me that how tech savvy I'm not. So we do workshops on that just to give them the tools that they need to be successful, because a lot of things are online and on Blackboard and all those kind of things.
Yeah, I've learned a little bit about Blackboard in the last few weeks about that, so being able to learn in the comfort of your home.
Yes.
Some people that doesn't work for. You know, sometimes we're not always self-managed enough to handle those online, but I think that's happening a lot more, and kids are being more comfortable with learning remotely.
Well, and the college is about to change the platform, and one of the nice things about being hooked up with one of these programs is that I've always said we are your people that know, so you don't have to wander around not knowing the questions to ask or where to get help, or to feel stupid if you have to walk in somewhere with people you don't know. So you can always walk into any of our offices and say, like, hey, my teacher said to do this, and I have no idea what that means. And so, as they change software, or if something new comes up, all of our programs, all of our staff try to stay up on that, so that we can be helpful, and make sure that our students are up to date on all of that.
That's great, because it can be very intimidating.
It can.
You don't know what you don't know, right?
Right.
I think Dr. Hayes said that.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. That's one of the things.
And again, we both of our programs work a lot with first generation students, and they may not have had anyone in their family that has gone to school before, and hasn't enrolled in college, and so just making sure that, again, they have all of the information about the different financial aid programs and all of the resources that are available to them. And so we try to keep all of that in both of our offices. So
Yeah.
That's so important, because not so many people know. I mean, I know we talk about Gadsden State being the best kept secret. We want to get the secret out. There's no need for it to be a best kept secret. But oftentimes people don't realize how many opportunities that there are. If you're searching for an opportunity, Gadsden State, chances are, can help with that. And when you have a great team that, like you said, can help guide them, because it can be super intimidating to walk in, especially for a first generation student. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what to do. Where do I start? But everybody on the Gadsden State team is so eager and willing to help, and that's so incredible.
Yeah,
to
and
promote
it also
education.
builds community. I feel like it's very easy to kind of go to class and get back in your car and leave. But these programs really try to build some community where you see people you have a place to come hang out. I feel like
and you feel comfortable. You can connect with other students and build those relationships that hopefully will be a lifetime for them.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
because that's so important. So some of the other ones that will Student Support Service lead to success. That's another thing that you have on your website there. And there's some really incredible data here. So 81% of the student support students persisted from 1 year to the next year. 95% of the students are in good academic standing. And 64% of the students graduated from Gadsden State, and 15% transferred to a 4-year university.
Yes.
And so those are really great. Yeah.
Yes. And I do believe that, our program helps those students to be successful. I mean, we try to give them, everything that they need to be able to complete. And I mean, they do struggle sometimes, and we're there for that. I had a student this time that was like, Miss Kanisha, like, I don't know if I'm going to make it. I really want to withdraw. I said, please just hang with me. Hang with me, and I promise you'll get there. And he passed his courses, and I'm glad that he's going to be off to doing summer classes this summer. So it's really important, the tools that we give them, just so that they don't feel like they're alone and that they can see their goals at the end of it.
Yeah, that's important, being able to see that big picture and that end. You're putting in all of this work and time and effort, and to be able to see what that is going to how that's going to help them in their future.
Yes.
Because that's what it's all about, is building a future, no matter if you're just starting off or if you're, you know, have already had a career in your life and going towards your next career, or wanting to start a new career. There's so many opportunities there. It doesn't just have to be starting off.
I've always told students it's excuse me, it's the one thing that no one can take away from you. So you can lose a job, you can have a financial crisis, you can, you know, your house could burn down, but if you have your education, your degree, you can take that out in the world and you can start again. And I feel like for a lot of our students, that's a very good thing, because sometimes people have chaotic lives. And so it's, you know, having something that you can sort of stand on and say, you know, this is mine, I earned it, I'm going to go out and it's going to empower me to be able to take care of myself and my family. I feel like that's very important.
That is. And on that, I think we are going to go to a break, because that was a beautiful way to segue into a break, because empowering people is very important. And that is what I feel like Gadsden State does.
Absolutely.
And so we have so many more things to learn about, more about the student support services. I almost said student success, but that's, you know.
That's our goal.
Yeah, there you go. And the Veterans Upward Bound program, which I'm looking forward to diving more into. So stay tuned. You're watching Rise and Shine right here on WEAC TV 24. We'll be right back.
Good morning, viewers. This is your Channel 24 forecast for this morning. For today, mostly sunny, high of 85, winds light and variable. And for tonight, partly cloudy skies early, followed by increasing clouds with showers developing later at night. Winds will be light and variable. Chance of rain, 60%.
Some say college isn't for single parents or people who work full-time. I'm here to prove them wrong. I'm a first-generation American, the father of Dion, and a non-traditional student at Gadsden State Community College. As a sergeant in the Army National Guard, I've watched soldiers with degrees progress faster in their careers. So today, I'm in school, involved in the Veterans Upward Bound program, and excited to see what's in store for my career. I truly am earning my wings at Gadsden State.
More than 2.5 million youths admitted to vaping, according to data from the CDC. Teens are at a greater risk for nicotine addiction because their brains are still developing. Please talk to your children about vaping.
Although we may see things differently,
the message can still reach me.
Hughes Paint and Body Works Towing and Recovery in Oxford is the area's leading auto body shop, serving Anniston, Oxford, Talladega, and surrounding areas since 1996. They specialize in auto body repair and refinishing, paint correction, paintless dent repair, towing, and so much more. For all of your auto body needs, contact Hughes Paint and Body Works Towing and Recovery at 256-835-1170. Also online at HughesPaintandBody.com.
Hey everybody, I'm Larry May. I've been in the entertainment business for over 25 years. I've written for the local paper. I've interviewed a lot of touring artists and local artists here. And what I figured out is how much talent we have here in Alabama. That's why we put a new show together for you called Entertainment Alabama. Come watch us for the hottest new acts and some of your favorites that are national touring artists.
At Bentley Prosthetic and Medical Supply, we care about you. We offer custom prosthetics, orthotics, diabetic shoes, and durable medical supplies. We're located here in Alexandria, Alabama. or it's a country feel but professional care. Come see us today.
Rise and shine, everyone. It is 7:45 on your Thursday morning, May the 16th, and we are visiting with Gadsden State. Every Thursday, we get to learn more about Gadsden State, and it just is impressive every Thursday. This morning, we are talking about the Veterans Upward Bound program and the Student Support Services. And so I'm joined by Sarah Altman and Kenesha Jackson, and they're teaching us more about these programs. And so one of the things that when we were on break, I was asking, there's up to 600 people can be a part of the Student Support Services.
That's correct.
And you're maxed out on that.
Yes, we always accept applications for students. So if you are interested in being part of that and you are not yet, as a Gadsden State student, you are more than welcome to fill out an application and apply for our program, and we will let you know within a week if you have met eligibility or not.
All right, so this is any student that's currently enrolled at Gadsden State may apply for this program.
Yes.
And they have to, every eligible student must have an academic need and meet at least one of the following qualifications. Let's talk about those qualifications.
Yes, the qualifications are income eligible, and then we have disabled and first generation students. It's any of the above. So you have to at least meet one of those to be eligible for the program.
Well, so every day you're getting applications in it?
It has been every day constantly, and that's a blessing.
That's a good problem.
It is a good problem
to have.
Is there a chance of growing that program to?
Yes, I'm sure there's always room for growth. We are currently one of the second largest student support services programs, so we have a huge budget already. So I'm not sure what growth we would have exactly as growing the 600 number.
Yeah.
But there's always, students graduating, moving on for new students to come in and take advantage of our services.
Well, and it is a grant program. Both of our programs are funded under U.S. Department of Education. And so really when you join either of our programs, it joins you up with a network across the country. So, neither of our programs are independent. There's more student support services. Our program is very small. We only have 60 something, but I think there's over 1,100 student support services programs,
there's
something like that. It might be
several.
more than that, but across the country. So it's it's a national network, which is pretty cool as well. It's not just a Gadsden State thing. So.
Yeah, and so the second largest in the country.
Yes.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
And you don't want to dilute it either, like with the 600. Like you want to be able to offer those support and like have that one-on-one with the students as well.
Yes.
And one of the things is tutoring. What subjects is offered with tutoring?
With our tutoring program, we offer anything from your Englishes to your computer science classes, math courses. Biology is a huge one. Our nursing students have a certain requirement that they have to have to even apply for the nursing program. So we are constantly doing biology tutoring. We even could do like any of the technical if we could get some tutors in from those departments. I know I've had one student in the office administration that took her own time out to tutor one of our other students, which was amazing on her part. And we just have a really good group of kids that are willing to help each other.
Well, and you do hire tutors as well.
We do hire tutors, yes we do. We do. We are looking for tutors all the time, every semester.
Well, tell them how they can get in touch with you if they are interested in tutoring.
If you're interested in tutoring for Gadsden State SSS Airs, you can contact me at keden, that's EDEN, at gadsdenstate.edu. And then if you are wanting to tutor in Gadsden or Cherokee, you will contact Alicia Stevens at Stevens, STEPHENS at gadsdenstate.edu.
Awesome.
Yes.
That's great. Yeah. So, I mean, people are looking for those opportunities.
Yes.
But often you have students that are tutors?
We have peer tutors and professional tutors, so at our campus, and they do have that on the Gadsden campus as well. We look for students that have been there at least 2 semesters and that have a good transcript. I think it's a 3.5 or higher to be able to tutor for us. Yes.
Yeah, you gotta know what you're tutoring.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, that's wonderful. That's such a great way for the students to interact with one another and
Yes.
to gain experience and
Well, and earn a little money.
Yeah,
It's always
and
good to have a
that's always
part-time
nice
job
too.
when you're in college.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
That is true.
We need that. We all need a little extra cash here and there,
Yeah.
especially our students, full-time students.
Yes, and our minimum pay is going to be $12 starting in August. So,
Okay, awesome.
please put your applications in if you would like to. Send me your resume.
Yeah, get that tutoring going.
Yes.
I can't offer any tutoring. Not in those subjects, at least math. Ooh, no. I would need that extra help. That is something I always needed extra help with. Math. I don't know, words. I like words.
And I'm the opposite, yes.
Yeah. Math. I know it's needed. It just doesn't. I don't know.
I know. Give me all the math problems.
Okay, deal.
That's me. My brain, it works the opposite way.
Deal. I'll call you next time I have some math questions. You can help me out. So you've talked about how the programs work together.
Yes.
And so let's talk about that. So the Veterans Upward Bound program, how long has that been a program there at Gadsden State?
Gadsden State has also, it's been a pretty old program. It's been since the 90s, and again, that's pretty unusual. It's when we go to our big conference, we find a lot of new programs or within the last 10 years. So Gadsden State has a long history of being able to help veterans and having a specific grant program specifically for them.
That's great. That's so important.
It is. So our program, same as Kenesha's, is funded under the TRIO legislation, and so that was written back 1964 under President Johnson, and so ever since then there have been TRIO programs. The traditional Upward Bound was the first one, and that works with high school students. Gadsden State has that as well. But after that, it was Talent Search, which, you know, and SSS. So those were the original three, and now there's a whole bunch of them. And so Veterans Upward Bound is one that came off of the original Upward Bound. So it's a specialty program. We're a much narrower lane than Student Support Services, but our veterans can also get services when they're finished with our program. They can transition. So Kenesha and I work together, and we work with the ones in Gadsden as well to transition our veterans, make sure they have as much support as they can get. So
They deserve it.
yeah,
That's for sure.
absolutely.
When we were on break, we saw one of the videos, and you said, "Oh yeah, tell
yeah.
us about that." That was one of the commercials for the veterans.
Yeah, so Gadsden State does marketing campaigns, and one of our veterans participated this year. His name's Greg, so you'll see him in him and his son. And so, yeah, he was very, very gracious in doing all the PR things. But it's really nice to show that he's a dad, he is a student, he is also still a current reservist, Special Forces. So he, you know, works full time. He does all the things. I'm not really sure when he sleeps, but yeah, he's a great representation of our program, and you know, the really big success that our veterans can have, and we support him all the way and cheerlead for them all the way. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's
And we
exciting.
appreciate our veterans so much. And
Absolutely.
Thanks for showing them that extra love that
Absolutely.
is so deserved. And, you know, sleep is not something that veterans
No,
really
yeah.
get much of anyway. So
We talk about it in our office, you know, again, transitioning into civilian life, and especially coming into a college setting, sometimes is a bit strange and different from living military life. And so we sort of work with our veterans on that, and knowing how to navigate, knowing who to talk to, what to ask, how to successfully fill out all the paperwork. There's a lot of benefits paperwork and things like that. We can talk about that in a little bit, but lots of those kind of navigational things that, you know, if we don't know, we'll find out for you. And that's, you know, I think that's with both of our programs.
Yes.
We say that a lot. It's like, you can ask us, we may or may not know.
But we'll find out.
Yeah, we're all in this together. Once you're on our roster, we're,
Yeah.
you know, counting you in our program. We're responsible for your outcomes. And so it doesn't do us any good to give you bad advice.
Right.
No. And that's nice. Sometimes you don't know the answer, but if
Right.
you're willing to get in there and find it, again, I
Right.
mean, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of comfort in that.
There
Yes.
is.
I'm sure your
There
students
is.
feel that comfort to know that they have somebody on their side that they can go to.
I
to
hope
ask
so.
those questions. Yeah.
That's the goal anyway.
Yes.
That's great. You both seem like you really love what you do.
Oh
I
yeah.
absolutely do.
I really
yeah.
do.
I
yeah.
didn't even ask you, how long have you been working on these projects, or on these with this, like with student support and with the Upward Bound programs?
Well, I've been in the TRIO world for almost 13 years now. I worked for Talent Search, which is like a sister program to SSS. So they work with 6th through 12th grade. And so they were my babies and watching them grow up. And then now I'm having some students that were in 6th grade that are now in SSS. And I'm like, it's just like a full circle moment. And I've been the director at the AIRS Student Support Services since February of 22. So I've been there a little over a year now, and it's been absolutely amazing. I couldn't see myself being anywhere else. They're precious, and TRIO kiddos just need that extra support, and it's so important for us just to give them all of the things that they may not be receiving. Right. And so it's definitely heart work is what I always call it. It's heart work. And it is so rewarding at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, so I have been in
Mm-hmm.
TRIO 19 years. So actually I was with Student Support Services for about 15 of them, 10-ish as a transfer advisor, and the rest as a director. And then when I moved over to Veterans Upward Bound, I've been there about 5 years now, so almost 5.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been in TRIO a long time, and similar thing. I just, was sort of early in my career and saw this job posting, and it was working with low income, income eligible, Pell eligible, first generation disability students, and I was a Pell Grant student when I came up through college. So and a first generation as well. So. To me, I thought, that was me. That would be very helpful if I had someone, telling me what to do, because I feel like I sort of just figured my way through it. But I'm sure there was a much straighter line that I could have taken if I had someone telling me, like, hey. So, I just sort of fell into it and found that it was really something I loved doing. And there's so many great stories about people that have really come through it and shined, and both in the veterans program and student support services.
Yes.
So
I'd love to hear some of those stories. Let's hold on to that for a moment, because I want to hear some, and we have some to share also, some videos. So stay tuned. You're watching Rise and Shine right here on WEAC TV 24. We're learning about Gadsden State and so many of the cool programs that they have to offer there. So we'll be right back.
Good morning, viewers. This is your Channel 24 forecast for this morning. For today, mostly sunny, high of 85, winds light and variable. And for tonight, partly cloudy skies early, followed by increasing clouds with showers developing later at night. Winds will be light and variable. Chance of rain, 60%.
I'm Alan Parnell, the Parnell Insurance Agency. We've been here in Oxford and Alabama, Tallapoosa, Georgia since 1990. With Auto Owners Insurance, we're able to give customers competitive pricing along with excellent coverages. Parnell Insurance can handle all of your personal, commercial, and life insurance needs. We have a very experienced staff, both personal and commercial. All together, we've got about 125 years experience. Come see what our insurance agency can do for you in Oxford, Alabama, and Tallapoosa, Georgia.
Auto Owners Insurance.
Campers Unlimited, we offer a no-pressure experience, no hidden fees, and great service after the sale, making us one of the fastest-growing RV dealers in the Southeast. With our second location in Oxford, we offer a great selection of over 220 campers from top brands, including Grand Design. Our mission is to help friends and family spend time together in the great outdoors. At Campers Unlimited, you aren't just a customer, you are family. Check out our inventory at campersunlimited.net or come see us at Gadsden or Oxford.
You need strength, resilience, and hope to face life's challenges.
and I found all 3 at Gadsden State Community College. I'm Jada Pickens, an office administration student at Gadsden State's Ayers campus in Anniston. Along with attending classes, I work full-time. Life is very demanding. There's a real sense of support at Gadsden State. The faculty and staff care about us as individuals and want us to thrive in the classroom and in life. Thank you, Gadsden State, for giving me the wings to fly to new, unexpected heights.
All right. A little more about academics. Parents, do you want to secure a bright future for young people? We have science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Get your kids involved with Academic STEM Kits. Go to www.academics.com to order your STEM kits. It's going to be STEM-tastic.
Like science is for you.
Hello, I'm Taylor Sloan with the City of Oxford, with a word about one of our city's most precious resources, water. Clean water enriches our lives in so many ways, but we cannot afford to take it for granted. Remember, every time you pour something unnatural down the drain or in the environment, and every time you litter, our beautiful lakes and creeks suffer. Our city is beautiful. Let's all join together to keep it that way. Stop pollution where it starts, and help protect our waters for life.
Rise and shine, everyone. It is 8 a.m. on your Thursday morning, May the 16th. I have to double check on that. My days kind of run together sometime. I'm having so much fun starting my day off with Gadsden State. We have Sarah Altman and Kenesha Jackson with us, and we're talking all about student support services and Veterans Upward Bound and TRIO. So for someone who may not know what TRIO is, can we explain that a little bit?
Sure. Everyone thinks it's an acronym. It's really not.
Okay.
Or if it is, I don't know what it is. But again, it started with the 3 original programs, and Upward Bound being the first, and I can't remember if it was Talent Search or Student Support Services that came next. But those were the original. And again, now there's there's an Upward Bound Math and Science. There's a
EOC.
Oh yeah, there's an EOC because Gadsden State has an EOC. It works with adults. There's all sorts of specialty ones as well. Yeah, there's the Veterans Upward Bound Math and Science. There's a nursing one for health students, I believe. Gadsden State doesn't have that one, but we do have a ton of TRIO programs, both at the Ayers campus and in Gadsden. And our program is a little bit unique because it is housed at Gadsden State. But we actually serve 12 counties. So, our hub is, of course, Calhoun County and Etowah, but we go as far as Shelby County, Jefferson County, all the way up north to DeKalb County. And so veterans in all of our counties can be eligible, which is a bit different than Student Support Services. You have to be a Gadsden State student for that. But for us, we're really a community-based program. And you don't have to even go to school at Gadsden State. We obviously prefer you do.
Sure.
But we will help, if someone lives far away or wants to go online, we can help with that.
That's amazing.
And so that, and we do a lot of the same things they do, but we are a pre-college program. And so before a veteran enrolls or is still trying to decide what they want to do, we're sort of involved in that process, helping to find out what benefits are available, what financial aid is available. There's tons of great scholarships and things like that as well. So
yeah, there's a lot of opportunities. It's just trying to find out how to put all of those in one place, and that's a service that you can offer is to hey, these are the things that are available, because it takes a lot of searching for these.
Right, it does. And another unique thing about our program, eligibility-wise, same thing. We serve all veterans, but there are some extra things that are available for veterans that have a disability rating, veterans that are first generation or qualify through income for us. But there's also things that we can do community-wise, even if a veteran doesn't necessarily want to go to school or isn't quite ready yet. We can do computer training, we can do some skills things, we do some financial management work, we can just help connect people with community resources. So if there's housing or transportation or they need to talk to someone at the VA, a lot of times we can help make those connections or those introductions.
Wow. That's great. I didn't realize that.
It's a bit, like I said, it's a bit different. That's where, you know, a lot of our similar characteristics about our program, but that's sort of where it splits off.
Yeah. So you mentioned counties, and we have, there's great information again on your website. But so this is, again, to show the counties across Northeast Alabama that this program serves. And so that's incredible.
Yeah, and again, we only very specifically serve veterans, and it can be, you know, whether they have VA benefits or not. You know, we are allowed to serve any veteran, no matter their discharge status, other than dishonorable. But no matter what level of benefits they have, they are eligible for our program, and that, you know, is something kind of unique that we can provide. So we work a lot with veterans courts in a lot of our counties. We work with a lot of veteran serving agencies. Again, we have great contacts with the VA. They're wonderful, and the VSOs, the veteran service officers in each county. And so we recruit our veterans in lots of ways, and we try to get out to community events and put our information out in libraries. And that's the other thing. Since we serve so many counties, we travel to our veterans. So if you know, transportation is an issue and they live all the way up into Cobb County, we will make an effort to be there. I've met veterans at a Jack's, you know, in their town, because they have Wi-Fi there, and we can, you know, we can get some work done there. Public libraries are definitely places that we meet. They tend to have computers and printers and, you know, things like that we can use.
Yeah.
So, yeah, our goal is to be as accessible to the veteran as possible.
Wow, that's so great. It really is. They deserve that, and that's so wonderful that there is a program that can help provide those services for veterans. And we were talking when we went to break about stories. And let's check out one. We've got a video now. So let's check it out.
My name is Daniel Brown. I'm a retired Staff Sergeant in the United States Army, wounded warrior out of the 101st. I find myself in a position today that I'm not in the military anymore. In the military, we have a purpose. We're always working towards a goal, a common goal of being ready. They call it war fighters. When I got out of the military, I've lost myself and lost my purpose. I had to find myself. I'm a father and a husband, the leader of my family. It's kind of hard to lead them when you can't provide an example. So I was looking for a new purpose. So I found nursing, and I'm working hard towards that goal now. I came to Gadsden State Community College. I had no clue how to sign up for classes, how to deal with federal student aid, the VA, and I stumbled upon Veterans Upward Bound. Veterans Upward Bound assisted me with how to sign up for the federal student aid, ACT scores, how to study for the ACT, what teachers to take for what classes. Participation in the Veterans Upward Bound program has positively impacted me in many ways. It took me essentially out of the wilderness where I was just looking for where I needed to be, when I needed to be, and how I needed to be. They helped me to go where I needed to be and what uniform I needed to be in, the right attitude, and to meet the right people, to fill the correct paperwork out. They even helped me to write out the paragraphs I needed for scholarships. The door was always open anytime that I needed them. I didn't even have to knock. All I had to do was walk in. They greeted me. They helped me find everything I needed to find and to find the path I needed to be on.
What a great testimonial that is. Well, how cool to see the impact that you can make on not just one person's lives, but so many. And I know there's so many stories out there that you have to share, and so many people who have benefited from this program. And like Daniel said, trying to find out where to start is often a little intimidating and a little difficult, because if you haven't gone through that before, or tried to seek out school, or try, like you said, the path that you go to. So to have somebody who's there to help guide you is so comforting, I know. Yeah. And I know that just strikes a lot of emotion with the both of you when you see these stories.
Well, and he's a great example because, came in to our program as a pre-college student, did some tutoring to get ready. He had not taken an ACT that you need for nursing. And so used all of our services, and then we were able to transition him from our program into Kenesha's program.
Yes, and he took advantage of cultural trips that we did, tutoring as well, to make sure that he was successful. And then he got into nursing program, so that was wonderful. And that was
well, in Student Support Services, they can serve the families as well. So I do believe his wife.
Yes, his wife is in our program as well. We do have a lot of wife and husbands, even. A funny story is me and my grandmother went to college together. She started me going to college at Gadsden State.
I love it.
And so it's just a diverse group of students, and I love seeing all age groups come through our area. It is amazing.
And that's a good point, because both of us serve non-traditional students.
Yes.
So our students are generally adults. Not always. I mean, you have some traditional, but I know for my program, pretty much everybody that comes through Veterans Upward Bound is an adult, is not a traditional 18-year-old. And that can also be a bit, I don't know, just intimidating. But I have always found in both programs that our adult students tend to be some of our best students.
Sure.
They take it very seriously, and they get better grades sometimes than, and so they come in, just, I don't know, I'm going to be in here with all these kids, and then, sometimes later on they come back and they say, they're trying to copy my homework.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's because you did your homework.
So they can be good role models
they
for the
can
kids.
be. It really, and it does. It makes for a diverse group.
It does.
And, people really build relationships that they wouldn't necessarily build otherwise. And I feel like that's important as well.
It is. Those are cool. Those relationships that you don't realize are going to be so important in your life. I mean, the impact that a teenager can have on an adult, we can learn from each other. And there's so many takeaways. There's technology that we can learn from our youth. Like, I'm always like, hey, how do I do this?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then, when teenagers are open for it, or younger adults are open to learning from older adults, then there's a lot of benefits with that.
And that goes both ways. I mean, we've had really young tutors that have, tutored people that are much older than them, and the adults are a bit like, I don't think this is going to go well. And by the end, they are just, fast friends. So, I mean, it really, it works out for everyone involved, I feel like.
Yeah. Yes. So some more on the success stories. You're in one of those commercials, aren't you, Miss Kenesha?
I am, yes. Miss Jada, she was selected to do one of the campaigns for Gadsden State, and she chose to be in our area and said that we were a great support for her and has helped her along the way, and that was a wonderful success story. And she's still going through it and making it, passing every semester with the help of tutoring. She takes full advantage of our tutoring program, which is absolutely wonderful. And she is being successful every semester.
That's awesome. She looks like just so joyful too. Like she just absolutely loves Gadsden State, and that's part of who she is now.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. And that's what we want from like our school, is to have that like that ownership of I am part of this. I am part of Gadsden State Community College, and want to share that with other people, and to be so excited about all the opportunities that it can afford.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what other stories do you have?
Well, one of our veterans actually, and I think you can find it on YouTube through the graduation, but she graduated this year from the nursing program. Same thing, took advantage of all of the services we had to offer, and was able to be a speaker. She was chosen as a speaker, and just got up there and really, blew the roof off. I think she did a great job. Everybody has had really high things to say, and you know, she wants to work right now, did some internship stuff in pediatric mental health, and so you know, has just really found a good calling there. So yeah, it's just really fun to see people come in not really knowing what they want to do, and then really finding a passion. You know, I love what I do, and so you know, being able to see someone else come through and say like, oh yeah, you know, I really found my niche, and that they get to do that for the rest of their life and actually make money at it, I feel like
That's true.
it's important.
Make a career out of it, and one that can. Yeah, well, and when you both light up when you talk about your students and about all the people in the programs, and I think that's so incredible. They're really fortunate to have you on their side, and we have some more things to talk about, but it's one more time for a break. We got to go hear from our amazing sponsors, and so stay tuned. We've got some more time here with Gadsden State talking about the Veterans Upward Bound and the Student Support Services. So stay tuned. You're watching Rise and Shine right here on WEAC TV 24.
Good morning, viewers. This is your Channel 24 forecast for this morning. For today, mostly sunny, high of 85, winds light and variable. And for tonight, partly cloudy skies early, followed by increasing clouds with showers developing later at night. Winds will be light and variable. Chance of rain, 60%.
The weather is warming up and spring is just around the corner at Miller Sand and Landscape Supply. I'm Craig Miller, and we've got something for everyone. From bulk materials like sand, gravel, and mulch to beautiful outdoor decor to make your outdoor living space the envy of the neighborhood. See our beautiful selection of Mazzarelli fountains, flowers to brighten your garden, and an outdoor center loaded with beautiful decor. Whether you need a little or a lot, visit Miller Sand and Landscape Supply.
May not believe it, but it's true. The 2024 Team 1 Chevys are here. All 23-24 Silverado light duties have 2.9% financing for 72 months. The hottest new 24 Team 1 Chevy Blazer, 1.9% financing and no payments till April. And the #1 selling family vehicle, the Equinox. 24 models. You got it. 1.9% financing and no payments till April. Team 1 Chevrolet, home of the best people, the best service, period.
Some say college isn't for single parents or people who work full-time. I'm here to prove them wrong. I'm a first-generation American, the father of Dion, and a non-traditional student at Gadsden State Community College. As a sergeant in the Army National Guard, I've watched soldiers with degrees progress faster in their careers. So today, I'm in school, involved in the Veterans Upward Bound program, and excited to see what's in store for my career. I truly am earning my wings at Gadsden State.
For over 60 years, pain relief products were developed by big pharma and companies that could cause harmful side effects. Now there is something new in a topical pain relief product. Thousands of people who experience pain daily are now enjoying a safe pain relief product. This big discovery is Sweet Relief. Sweet Relief is a 100% all-natural OTC product that allows you to experience with no drugs, no chemicals, no alcohols, no CBDs, just fruit moisturizing with a tropical scent. Thousands have bought and used Sweet Relief with great success. Sweet Relief specializes in relieving minor arthritis, muscle and joint pain in 1 to 2 minutes. That's 1 to 2 minutes, not days or weeks. Order today. Go to www.mysweetrelief.com. That is mysweetrelief.com.
Rise and shine, everyone. It's 8:18 on your Thursday morning, May the 16th, and we have been visiting with Gadsden State, as we do every Thursday, which I love my Thursdays. Sarah Altman, who's the director of the Veterans Upward Bound, and Kenesha Jackson, who is the director of Student Support Services. And we have learned so many great things. If you know someone who could benefit or who is looking for some opportunities in their life, and they're a veteran, or they are qualified to participate in the Student Support Services, then we encourage you to share this with others. So if you're watching us on social media, if you're watching us on cable, find us on social media. Make sure you follow WEAC TV 24 on Facebook or YouTube and share this video with someone, because you may be able to change someone's life in a very positive way. And so, ladies, when we went to break, we were talking about success stories. I think we've covered a lot of information here. One thing that we didn't is the education benefits overview of the Veterans Outward Bound program.
Right. So there are tons of financial aid programs that veterans are eligible for. Some of them have traditional benefits as far as like GI Bill or post 9/11, and sometimes getting on the website and figuring out where to click and what to get and what certificates you need can be a bit tough. And so that's something that we specialize in, and making sure that in addition to other financial aid that other people on campus might be able to offer, that specifically for veterans, that you understand sort of what the rules are and what the documentation that you need, and how to get into the website and what the logins are and all those type things. So those are the two traditional ones, but there are also other programs. So there's a program called VR&E, and it's a vocational rehab program specifically for veterans that have a disability rating. And so that, if you don't have traditional benefits, post 9/11, things like that, sometimes veterans can apply for VR&E and get everything paid for and get a monthly stipend. And so that's a wonderful program. There's also things for National Guard. There's NGAP, but you can also be eligible for Pell Grant. A lot of veterans don't realize that just because you have benefits does not make you ineligible for Pell Grant. Pell Grant is something that all citizens that are income eligible can apply for. Just because you have earned veterans benefits on top of that doesn't mean that you can't stack them.
Okay.
And so that is something that we work on. And also, there are other programs, workforce investment programs like WIOA for specific trade programs that are high demand. That is something that they can apply for. There's scholarships, there's, when we get them into student support services, they have grant aid. So there's tons of ways to get things paid for. Gadsden State is doing a scholarship campaign right now for some specific tech programs. So, just because a veteran doesn't think that they have benefits doesn't necessarily mean that there isn't money out there. And so that's something that we help try to navigate. And a lot of times our veterans come in and they're like, wow, I just didn't even know that this was possible. And sometimes it is traditional. They want to come in and either get more skills to be able to advance at their job. Or we have someone who maybe has lost a job. We had a bunch of veterans come in when Goodyear closed. That was a kind of a big boom for us. They'd worked there for a long time. They thought that was kind of where they were going to be, and then all of a sudden they weren't. So had to come in and retool and helped them navigate all of that. And so we also do some lifelong learning things. I have a couple of veterans that they're retired, but they want to learn a new skill, and they're eligible for a program, and they're eligible for money. So we have them come in and help them navigate that, and either take a full load or a couple classes or even just one class at a time.
Yeah.
So you have to build a program that works particularly for each person. And I think both of our programs do that.
Yes, we do. I think, I was one of those non-traditional students. I had to take 2 classes at a time because I was a single mama. And so it took me a long time to get there, but I got there. And that's what I tell our students all the time. Like, you do not have to take 4 classes. You do not have to get it done in 2 years. We can get this done at your pace, because you don't want to stress yourself out, because that's just another added thing that you do not need. So we try our best just to get our students to go at the pace that they need, and so that they can be successful for sure.
Right. Well, especially if you're trying to get into a health program or something like that. If you're going 90 to nothing and you're not passing your classes, you're not getting there anyway. So
it can be so discouraging.
It can.
Oh, goodness.
It can. So, I think that's one thing about being in both of these programs, is that each plan is set up for the individual person.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times you can look online or you can go to an event or something and kind of get advice for everyone. But advice for everyone is not always what our students need. They need somebody that understands, oh, I have little kids at home, or oh, I work a night shift, or oh, I have, all these other obligations, and sort of fitting what works for them. So.
Personalized
Yes,
education.
absolutely.
Is there any benefits to the families, or is this just for the veteran? Like, let's say the veteran has a kid who's interested in going to school. Are there any anything for them?
Yeah, actually,
okay.
that's a great
Okay.
question. The state of Alabama has a dependent, a veteran dependent scholarship, and Linda Morris, who is a staff member in my office, her children all used it. Her husband's a veteran. And she just raves about it and says, but again, learning how to navigate it. Dependents and spouses and things are not officially eligible for our program, but again, we are a veteran program. So if we can provide information, we will. But there is a new program. It's actually the newest TRIO program at Gadsden State. It's called EOC. And they are also a good partner with us. They, one of their line items in their grant is to work with the spouses and the children and the families of veterans that are not officially eligible for us. They can be officially eligible for EOC. It's also a pre-college program.
To write that down. Is that Dr. Sington?
Yes, it is.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, it is.
And they can eventually be part of our program.
Absolutely.
So if their children get of age and are out of high school, they are eligible if they're coming to Gadsden State for our Student Support Services program. So they still can take advantage of that, just not while they're in high school.
Right.
But yeah.
But, there's Educational Talent Surge that, works with middle school and high school students. My daughter is a part of that program. So,
yes.
And then Upward Bound as well. They work with high school students. So there are TRIO programs, if you want in the pipeline, that you can get in. And all along the way, whether it's for your children or whether it's for you or your spouse or whatever, there is a spot for those people in a TRIO program at Gadsden State.
Wonderful. Well, let's make sure that everyone knows how to get in touch with you. Of course,
Okay.
GadsdenState.edu is a tremendous website there. I mean, it just has all kinds of information there, but sometimes it's best to just talk to somebody. So let's start with you, Sarah. Tell them how they can get in touch with you.
Obviously the website, ours is just GadsdenState.edu/VUB for Veterans Upward Bound. There's a link there that you can apply online, and it's very easy. If you would rather have one of us come, meet you with a paper application, we can do that as well. We have sort of all of the above. And all you have to do is just call our office, and my number in particular is 256-549-8286, and you can always call my office. But we do actually have staff in offices in Gadsden, in the Beckfield House, and also at Ayers in the business tech. It's accounting building. I don't know what it's actually called these days.
I think it's the business.
And so but again, if you just ask, they'll send you our direction. We also run a class and have staff in Birmingham every Wednesday morning at the Salvation Army Work Center. And so again, all of that information is on our website, but you can just call me and I'll call you back.
There you go. Ms. Kanisha.
Yes, so you can contact me. My email is keden@gadsdenstate.edu. You can contact me there and we can get you an application, or you can come see me at the Student Support Services building at the Ayers campus. I'm the director over the Ayers SSS. And then we have Alicia Stevens. She is the director over the Gadsden SSS and also Cherokee. And you can contact her at estevens@gadsdenstate.edu. And then we have a lab coordinator at Cherokee. Her name is Miss Joyce McBrayer, and you can contact her at jmcbrayer@gadsdenstate.edu. And we also have the online application as well. You can find that on the Gadsden State website. And if you need anything from us, we're here for that. And if you think you do not qualify, please just fill out the form because you possibly will qualify.
You never
So-
know unless you try. Well, that's our
Exactly.
time for the morning. Thank you so much for visiting with us. Make sure you go and check out gadsdenstate.edu and share this. Share this with people because you never know how you can positively impact somebody's life just by a share. So thanks for tuning in to Rise and Shine right here on WEAC TV 24. We'll see you back in the morning.
Hey everybody, I'm Larry May. I've been in the entertainment business for over 25 years. I've written for the local paper. I've interviewed a lot of touring artists and local artists here. And what I figured out is how much talent we have here in Alabama. That's why we put a new show together for you called Entertainment Alabama. Come watch us for the hottest new acts and some of your favorites that are national touring artists.